To our picture now in downtown LA from SkyCal. As you can see, a huge police presence tonight by the LAPD, and this is in Koreatown.
That's right. This is where protesters had gotten away from the curfew 1 mile zone around downtown Los Angeles. They made it way past MacArthur Park, now into Koreatown. Earlier, you see them marching on the street there. This was near MacArthur Park, and eventually making it all the way into the Koreatown area, where officers there are apparently arresting them.
Let's go to Mike Rogers at the desk for more. Mike.
Hey guys, yeah, so we are basically in the
So I'm gonna be
area
at my
of
spot.
Beverly and Wilshire here, where they are making these arrests. So LAPD have been following them. Wilshire is where they've been marching the entire time. So they marched out of downtown LA over the bridge, which you're looking at on the right side of your screen when they walked through MacArthur Park. LAPD had been following them. They did at some point say, you guys need to disperse and what have you. Now they are making these arrests here after they've been kettled. And you see that on the left side of your screen. We explained kettling is when they surround them from both sides and eventually start to squeeze down on them, and they will make these mass arrests that you see here. This is a good chunk of people that are kind of caught up in this. I would say maybe 50 or so people that are in the middle of this. I want to ask Oliver to pull the shot out a little bit and pan down, and you'll see there's a large crowd that has also gathered to start watching. So a minute ago we saw a bunch of these LAPD motor units come in to protect the operation of the arrest. So you have this group that is standing on the sidewalk. It does not appear that they are protesting here, but just standing on the sidewalk, kind of watching everything that is going on, and now starting to spill out into the street a little bit. But you've got a line of LAPD motors that are kind of monitoring everything, and then back up to the south there, you've got the arrests that are happening, where they have kind of blocked those protesters in after they moved from the downtown LA area, evading the curfew, but still a good chunk of them will end up going to jail tonight.
So, Mike, you think definitely that they were told to disperse, they didn't, and that's why they're being arrested, right?
Yeah, that would make sense. And there's a lot of LAPD units down there. You see that van down there as well, which could be used to take some of them into custody. I told you earlier that bus, or those two buses that left downtown and took those people to LAPD's 77 station. Oliver, I want you to tilt your camera up a little bit. There's another group just a little bit further south down the street there. And okay, they're just turning around. I saw that skirmish line, so I wasn't sure if those people were protesting as well. But looks like we've got this group in the middle, LAPD helicopter overhead, and then you've got the motor units kind of doing some crowd control there to the north end of the street.
So, Mike, this is a good example to put out there that even though they're not within that curfew, 1 mile curfew zone, you can still be arrested for, in this case, failure to disperse even outside of the curfew zone.
Yeah, right. It just means that LAPD probably had to give them a few more warnings instead of just being able to arrest them on the spot because of the curfew. They had to probably issue a dispersal order or potentially an unlawful assembly order. Remember, you have a First Amendment right to free speech and you have a First Amendment right to protest, but there are certainly limits to that in this country. And in this case, that includes blocking traffic, creating havoc. Now, I will be clear, we did not see these guys cause any damage. Right. We didn't see any spray painting, vandalizing, anything like that. But if you are impeding traffic or other types of situations, you will be subject to arrest. And it looks like, Ollie, can you get in a little tighter there, maybe digital zoom? It looks like they moved in and they took somebody into custody right there rather quickly, or a couple of people. See, they're pulling them out of the crowd there. You got one set of officers going to the right. Yeah, there we go, Ollie, thank you. And then you've got this guy right here at the bottom of your shot there in front of the patrol cars that is being taken into custody as well. So looked like they kind of moved in and picked specifically that person out of the crowd. I'm not sure if there was something going on with him, but looks like they were pretty targeted in who they were taking right there.
Mike, I even see some kids there in the middle of the shot. Do you see them?
Yeah.
Or younger people,
yeah,
at least.
definitely younger people. And I think there may have been this sense of, oh, we're outside of the curfew area, we'll be okay. But again, if you're blocking traffic and you're, made quite the distance, by the way.
Yeah, they were
these
walking
guys
on the
started
street for a long time.
City Hall, and
That's
we are
right.
almost near, we're at the north end of Koreatown, almost into Hollywood. So they have made significant distance in their march tonight, and now it appears that they are going to be taken into custody.
Yeah, and they covered all this area on foot, which is just amazing. It is quite a distance from downtown LA out to MacArthur Park.
Crossing the 110.
Crossing
exactly.
the 110, and now making their way into Koreatown, where you see there are many LAPD units there blocking the streets and kind of corralling them there in the middle of the street. And little by little, I guess they're going to be arrested at some point. We might see those white buses again arriving if they are going to be arrested. At this point, Mike, they're not going to be given another chance to disperse, right? Once you're
kettled, it's game over.
It's game over.
And there's not really anywhere to go. I mean,
that means many warnings have already gone out.
Right,
that's
right. And there's a parking lot there on the right, but I don't think there's any kind of exit on that parking lot. So, there may be, and it's hard to see around the billboard there. A couple of things are also going on with SkyCal. There's an LAPD helicopter down low, and we are also dealing with a marine layer, which makes it a little bit harder for us to kind of move around as much as we would like. But yeah, I don't believe that at this point that anybody's getting out of there. They will kind of systematically be taken into custody.
Still looks pretty peaceful, Mike. Doesn't look like a lot of people are resisting.
Yeah, and again, this is the last 2 nights with this curfew. That's mostly, large in a way, what we have seen is people that are understanding that they're going to go to jail. They are passionate enough about their cause here to be taken into custody, and they're going to do that, and they are doing that peacefully at this point. LAPD is, will slowly move in, and we have seen that in the downtown LA area where they'll pull people out one by one, put them into handcuffs, process them, make sure nobody has warrants and things like that, and then they'll be taken away to be booked for likely failure to disperse and in downtown being out past curfew.
Mike, do you know what street this is on?
Yeah, I believe this is Western, and this is Western and Clinton. So the major there is going to be Melrose. So it's on Western, just south of Melrose.
It seems like the officers were kind of clearing and backing away from one of the corridors here.
I see that too, and I wonder, Ollie, can you pan to the south? I wonder if they're going to bring in a bus. I wonder if they're clearing the way to bring in, I don't see them coming up right now, but I saw that too, Suze, or there's more activity on the right side of your screen there too, Oliver. I can't tell what that is, but yeah, go back all the way to the right. See those flashing lights up top? Nope, up. There you go, in that corner. I was trying to see if that's a sheriff's bus that's coming in. Oh, that's an ambulance. So that must be something completely different. Thank you, Oliver. But yeah, I would assume at some point they'll bring in one of those transport buses, so that may be why they're trying to clear the area here to be able to get those buses in.
Well, it's good to know where this is, because obviously with all those cars, traffic is going to be diverted through the area there, and we still see some others waving a flag there, Mike, just on the other side of the officers.
And they're on the outside of the line, and we saw that, and they're blocking traffic. I mean, so are the officers. The road's clearly closed there at First Street, First and Western. But yeah, I mean, once the officers deal with the people that they've already kettled, if those guys don't disperse and they are ordered to do so, or at least get back up on the sidewalk, then they too may be subject to arrest.
So what you're looking at right now here live on KCAL News at 10, these are protesters who started at City Hall, we believe, earlier this afternoon, and have since walked across through downtown LA, walked across the 110 and into MacArthur Park, then into Koreatown, and are now have been surrounded by police and are probably going to be arrested at this point. We do believe dispersal orders have gone out by the LAPD, but it looks like
they may be letting them go.
Exactly, moving to the right. Maybe they're just saying,
it does look like that's the case.
Go ahead and go home now. Again, these people are not defying a curfew order, as you may believe.
Right.
This is near downtown LA, but not within the parameters of the curfew order. So maybe they're saying, you know what, time to go home. Let's just,
stay
go
on
home
the sidewalk.
Exactly.
And that looks like what's happening, right? They're outside the curfew zone, which is that 1 mile area around downtown Los Angeles where we've seen the majority of the protests. Officers kind of let them go up onto the sidewalk, and they're heading north in that shot right there. Most likely they're going to leave the area. They've already been talked to.
Yeah.
So my guess is that they won't be coming back.
And I have to tell you, as many protests as we've covered here, I think this is probably the first time I have seen a group be kettled and then released. That almost never, ever happens.
I mean, we have seen them, zip-tied, detained for a while, maybe an hour or so, and then released.
They weren't even handcuffed.
Yeah. Right.
But I can't remember the last time I've seen LAPD kettle a group and then just kind of, have a talk with them and say, go about your day and get out of here. So, this group not going to jail tonight, but I'm very, very surprised that is the case after the stance that the LAPD took.
Yeah, I mean, this group, again, a faction of the group that was much bigger earlier tonight before this curfew went into effect in downtown LA. This group moving during the 8 o'clock hour away from downtown and then into the Koreatown area is where they ended up here. As you can see, they've walked quite the distance, as Mike Rogers was mentioning on the desk. They've walked all the way from downtown LA across the 110 through MacArthur Park into Koreatown. And they decided to stay outside and continue protesting. We saw many people in that crowd there still with their hands up. Of course, a reference to the shooting in Ferguson, Missouri with Michael Brown, and that was the police shooting there. And we've seen that in protests as well. We see that tonight as well. A lot of people out there, obviously the last couple of nights, and we've learned that they're not just protesters who were out there. There were people who were looting and leaving graffiti on walls, and Mayor Karen Bass really wanting to clamp down on that and saying that there will be a curfew for days to come, and this is the second night of it now.
Well, we're going to keep SkyCal above the area throughout the newscast here. If anything should change, we'll definitely bring any updates to you. Thanks, Mike.
Yep.